Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here at the Avon Park Modelers Club. We're going to take up the E-Flite Apprentice STS. We're going to do some grass ops, some runway stuff,
motor on,
and have some fun. All right, I have her in expert mode or experience mode, so I got maximum deflection. And I can go upside down, only AS3X only, but I'm going to take off on the grass. So show that she can take off on the grass. And all I'm doing is I'm getting her going, getting a little bit of taxiing speed, and then I'm getting a full up elevator to get her up off of that grass as quick as I can. So let's get her out here. Let's land on the grass. Now I'm gonna get her lined up. Get those wings level. Okay. I'm going to try to flare the best I can. There we go. All right, try to flare a little bit the best you can to keep that nose up and kind of ride in on them mains. I didn't really do it that well, so let's I'll get her going. Okay. All right. When you're stuck in a rut like that, give yourself full power and just keep working that elevator back and forth, and eventually she'll work. The plane should work itself out of that rut by just changing that thrust backwards. All right, let's try to show how I want to land in this grass. I'm going to turn towards the grass, turn towards me a little bit. Keep my wings level, come in from my landing. I'm going to try to flare the best I can right before I hit. See how I kind of picked that nose up? Let the mains take the impact of the landing and let them slow yourself down before you let your nose settle. Because if you hit hard with your nose, then you're going to bury yourself. I'm going to rock that back and forth. There, and get going.
Time remaining 7 minutes.
And since I've got a low light situation, I went ahead and velcroed on these easy lights. I'll put a link to this video. And they're just, you want to velcro them on, put little velcro patches in where you have white bare foam or plastic, but do not attach the velcro to a painted section of the plane, because what's going to happen, and trust me, I found this out the hard way, is you're going to be out here flying and you're going to do a roll or something, you know, and you're going to have one of your lights come flying off because that paint just peeled right off underneath it with the force of your maneuver. And then you see this little flashing thing fall into the ground. You're like, uh-oh. So you don't want to do that. All right, let's get her turned around. Let me get her out here a little bit. We're going to land her on the runway this time. Okay.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
All right. Get her lined up with the runway. Keeping my wings level, paying attention to my throttle and rudder. Flared just slightly at the end and let her settle in. And I went ahead and powered back out and took off again. Otherwise called a touch and go. I want to tell you folks, this is a great starter plane. Great starter plane. I want to say I don't know what they're ready to fly for. I want probably closer to $400, but you get the plane, you get the transmitter, you get a battery, you get a charger, you get it literally is ready to fly, you know. And this is one of the best planes, definitely the top 3 planes out there, or in the top 5, I would for sure. I think the best plane, honestly, for the money to get started with, would be the Mini Apprentice, which does everything this one does. It's just slightly smaller, and so it's a good, I want to say it's a good $100 cheaper. So probably makes a better choice. After the second one would be this one. After that, Maybe the Arrows Trekker, ready to fly, would be a great beginner. The Hobby Zone Carbon Cub S2, another great beginner. And of course the Aero Scout. And the only reason I rate the Aero Scout as 4th or 5th is because it's a pusher plane. Pusher plane great in that it's easier on the prop, less likely for you to get cut. However, most planes are like this, or tractor style, with the prop out front. And that's what you're going to want to move into.
Time remaining 5
And
minutes.
so that's why it's a good plane, but I would say a tractor style plane, a good 4-channel would be better. But there's nothing wrong with Aero Scout. I have it. It's a solid plane, you know. But if you don't mind spending $300 to $400, get this one, ready to fly. She's big enough. She's big enough. You can see her really well. She looks good in the plane, in the sky, and because she is bigger, you can take her to more places, bigger fields, you know, and just be a little bit easier. Now you can see the light there in the front looks like a Cyclops. Look at that. That's intermediate mode,
Beginner mode.
and that's beginner mode. All right, we're going to turn around. Beginner mode, or safe, full safe. Sensory assisted flight envelope is what that stands for. We're going to take off in safe. Okay. And I'm not touching the elevator at all. I just gave her throttle. Okay, I'm trying to turn her, but safe is not letting me you know, turn the plane too abruptly. Really all I'm doing is just aileron and my throttle. Okay. I'm gonna start dropping my altitude a little bit. Okay. Start turning towards the runway. Dropping my throttle a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, this is fighting me. Me personally, I'm a control freak with planes. So having this in safe is driving me nuts, but great for a beginner. But look at that. Proof is in the pudding. Okay.
Intermediate.
Okay, let's do the same thing, but in intermediate mode. Okay. I'm allowed a little more movement. I can turn, my turns can be just a little tighter. And I'm sorry about the low light. I ran out of time, and you know, real life concerns come before you're coming out to play with your toys. So, all right, we're gonna land her in intermediate mode, doing the same thing basically. I'm out of the throttle completely. The wind is just carrying me. All right. All right.
Experience.
Now I'm going to move to experience mode where I have full control. Okay, I'm going to get turned back around.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
And taking off. By the way, I'm running a 3200 3S Spectrum Smart Pack in her, just so you're aware. Gonna do the same kind of landing, but this time just full control, just the AS3X in experience mode. There we go. All right, folks. That is the Apprentice, E-Flite Apprentice STS, featuring the easy lights, which really help. And now that we got this low light, look at my monitor. We're going to look and see how much battery we have left. Oh gosh, I've got over 3/4 still. So I could fly for another 7 minutes. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Motor on.
This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying thank you, every one of y'all, for being a viewer, a subscriber, or just stopping by to look at my channel and look up what's this fat guy doing. All right, God bless y'all, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and them planes, and even these wonderful trainers. Bye-bye.